Hello children, good morning. Welcome to our Sanskrit class. And you all know that the situations are worse. So we should stay at home. You all know everything because from last 7 months, 6 months we are doing the same thing. We needn't tell it again. But as a teacher, I must tell you these things, that personal hygiene and hygiene of surroundings is also very important. Anyhow, you are staying at home now, so you have lots of time for study. Okay, so you can plan your study. I know that as far as inter first year is concerned, some important subjects, all are the important subjects, but few are typical subjects, so you should spend more time with those subjects. But the language Sanskrit and English are also very important, because unless and until you won't pass in this, you can't go ahead, no? So what I would like to say that, so every recording you must have to follow, and almost we have on the end of the syllabus. One or two topics are left. By this month ending we are going to finish, and when offline session will start, I would like to go for the revision session only. Okay, so make sure that you gone through all the recordings, and in every recording, every lecture I am saying that please follow the recording, follow your book, sit with the book, practice it in rough note, and then you copy it. Okay, because I want to see that how much you have prepared, how you have prepared your notes. Okay, so today, last class I told that I have left lesson 3 and 4. So today I'll go with lesson 3, and in lesson 3, just for story, you need to know story. So I'll tell the story, teach you the lesson, and 1 mark questions are enough from this lesson, and lesson 4 also same. So today in this class we are going to complete lesson 3, story, as well as 1 mark question. Okay, so let's start our lesson. And here our third lesson is Shasha Kapinjala Katha. Shasha means rabbit, Kapinjala is the name of a bird. Okay, so here who is the writer of this story is Vishnu Sharma. You must have heard this name. Guess children, who is Vishnu Sharma? Vishnu Sharma is the writer of Panchatantra. You all children well known, no? You know about him. Panchatantra, you all like the stories. When we are in childhood, we also used to watch this Panchatantra, and even I like very much. Now, still I am watching these Panchatantra stories. I like very much, because in Panchatantra, Vishnu Sharma has tried to teach us some moral values by keeping the characters in animals. Through the animals, he taught us some good values. Okay, what is the Niti? Okay, Niti Bodha Katha कहते हैं ना वो. So here is a Panchatantra Shasha Kapinjala Katha, written by Vishnu Sharma, who also wrote Panchatantra. So let's start the lesson, and it's very interesting lesson. That the concept of the lesson is we should go for our personal issues, to solve our personal issues to a right person. Okay, if the person is not right, definitely he will harm you. Okay, so what the harm is made by the person, and what harm bared by Shasha and Kapinjala. As I told that Shasha is a rabbit and Kapinjala is a bird. So let's start the lesson, children. You listen it very carefully, and here, before starting the lesson, we need to know about the writer. And here, the Vishnu Sharma, as I told that Vishnu Sharma is the writer of Panchatantra. Okay, so listen it carefully, because here some more information is there about Vishnu Sharma. So let's start, children. Listen it carefully. Vishnu Sharma was an important writer of moral stories. Okay, you all know, no? Panchatantra we watch, no? In Panchatantra, how a good friend should be there, how should we behave with elders or elderly people. These all kind of moral values, moral stories have given in this Panchatantra stories. So here Vishnu Sharma was an important writer of moral stories in Sanskrit literature. He belonged to 5th century. Who? Vishnu Sharma, who was the writer of Panchatantra. Because why I am saying Panchatantra again and again, because children like Panchatantra stories, no? So who wrote Panchatantra? He is Vishnu Sharma. You all know. So here the Shashakapinjala Katha is also written by Vishnu Sharma, and here is some information about him. So he belongs to 5th century. His place of birth and other particulars are not available. Okay, he possessed excellent skills in storytelling and worldly knowledge. He was a great scholar and highly capable in teaching morals to his students. See what I told you now? Morals to his students. He was a sociologist. He presented human nature in his animal characters. Human nature, he carved human nature in animals and animal characters. He knew the behavior of animals and political science scholar. The time of Panchatantra stories. So how Panchatantra stories was written? What is the reason he wrote Panchatantra stories? So let us know. In southern India, there was a city named Mahila Roshyamo, which was ruled by a king named Amara Shakti. He had three foolish sons. Named Vasu Shakti, Ugra Shakti and Aneka Shakti. Education was an untenable and thing for them because they were fools, so they were not able to get the right education. So it depressed the king, and so he could not keep people happy. His ministers suggested that Vishnu Sharma should be made the teacher of the three sons, because three sons were not able to learn properly, they were foolish. So because of this reason, king was very depressed and he could not make his people happy. So by seeing their king's sorrow, the courtiers and other ministers have suggested him to that Vishnu Sharma should be made as a teacher. The king invited Vishnu Sharma and handed over his sons to him for education. He used 5 contrivance, namely Mitra Bhedam, Mitra Sampati, Kakolikiyam and Labda Prasannam and Aparakshita Karamu. These all are the 5 books written by the Vishnu Sharma. Through these 5 Panchatantras, he taught them political science. This plan worked and 3 sons learned political science in 6 months. So, as king appointed Vishnu Sharma to teach his sons, so here Vishnu Sharma has used 5 tantras, which are these. So, after using this, in 6 months only, the 3 sons of king learned political science very nicely. This plan worked and 3 sons learned political science in 6 months. Ever since, that Panchatantras become a normal source for children. Because they were fooled, but they could so from then all have started learning political science by using this tantras. The great it was translated into major world languages. Kakulakiyamu is the third contrivance of the Panchatantra. It deals with the natural Anonymity, the behavior of animals are described through the characters of crow and owl. Crow, see, काकोलुकियम, काका प्लस उलुकियम, काका मीन्स क्रो, कौवा जिसको बोलते हैं हिंदी में, और दिस उलुकियम मीन्स आउल, उल्लू, उल्लुकियम, उल्लू जिसको बोलते हैं, दैट इज आउल. If he read this part carefully, if we read this part carefully, we can understand how careful we should be towards our enemies. Many things about our life are mentioned in it. Yes, children, Panchatantra, each and every story it teaches us how should we be careful in taking decisions, how should we there in our life, how should our behavior should be there with others, everything it teaches us. Okay, so here let's start the story, and the content is, the present lesson is the story of Sasha Kapinjala. Sasha, as I told, Sasha means rabbit and Kapinjala is the name of a bird. Once, let's get into the story now. So, till now we have learned about Vishnu Sharma and how he implemented these Panchatantras to teaching, in teaching, so that children can learn the things very easily. So, this is what is the concept means. Sasha Kapinjala Katha's concept is we should take the decision for the right person and we should be very careful with our enemies. The present lesson is the story of Sasha Kapinjala. Once a crow told his story to its chicks. Sasamu was a rabbit. Sasamu was a rabbit and Kapinjaludu was a bird. All the birds assembled in one place in a forest and enthusiastically making arrangements to make the owl their king. Here in the forest, one meeting was going on. They were making the arrangements to make the owl as their king. Meanwhile, a crow came there and observed the arrangements. He told all the birds that they would all die as Sasha and Kapinjaludu when they met the cruel king Aradhapati for justice. Then the crow told the birds this story. When all the birds were making arrangements to make owl as a king, then one crow came there and he was telling one story to the other birds that if you'll go for the wrong decision and if you'll make the owl as your king, so you will also die as Sasha and Kapinjala were died. So children, let's see what happened then. This is the lesson. Okay, we are starting the lesson. In the days gone by, this is the story telling by the crow who has trying to stop for the taking the wrong decision to other birds. He was telling a story to other birds. Let's listen the story. In the days gone by, I was living in a tree. In the hollow of the same tree, there lived a bird whose name was Kapinjaludu. When they came to the tree in the evening, they used to share with each other whatever they had seen in the day. So birds come back to their nest in the evening, after collecting their food and all. So when they meet in the evening, they share everything, the day out, how it was happened, how they spent their day, and everything. The crow and that Kapinjaludu, who were staying in the same tree's hollow. So Kapinjaludu, when they came to tree in the evening, they used to share with each other whatever they had seen in the day. Once Kapinjaludu went to some far off lands for well-ripened crops with other birds. It became evening, but Kapinjaludu did not came back. The crow thought in this way. So every day they used to meet in the evening and they used to discuss whatever happened all the day. So one day when Kapinjaludu went out for ripened crops, he could not come back to the nest. Then the crow thought that why he couldn't get back. What, Kapinjaludu did not come back? Did anyone catch it? Did anyone kill it? If it were safe, it would not be away from me. Thus the crow, because after evening also he couldn't come back, so here crow was thinking that why Kapinjaludu didn't come back. What must be the reason? Someone kill him? Any accident happened? What happened? If nothing has happened, then he will definitely come back to. Thus the crow was thinking of. Days passed. Meanwhile, there arrived a rabbit into the hollow. That rabbit, that is Shasha, into the hollow of the tree, and its name was Sigram. The crow did not stop the rabbit and entering the hollow, as the bird had not yet returned, because his friend was Kapinjaludu didn't return. So as rabbit entered in his burrow, he couldn't stop him. The crow did not stop the rabbit from entering the hollow, as the bird had not yet returned. But the very next day, Kapinjaludu arrived. Now it was well grown, as it ate food well in the crops. He went to collect some food in the ripened fields. So what happened? As the other one rabbit entered in his burrow, after one day he came back and he became so fat by eating all those crops. For humans, east or west, home is the best. People should always prefer their native, though poor to rich foreign countries. Though poor on the Kapinjaludu was surprised to see the rabbit in the hollow of the tree. It said, "Hey, this is my house. Move from here at once." The Sashamu replied, "How can it be your house? This is mine. Don't be rude to me. There is no ownership on the things like well, tank, temple, trees, etc., as they belong to all. You can make use of them, but you can't own them. Once you have leave them, they belong to the society. But in human world, there is a rule. If a person cultivates land and lives in a house for 10 years, they can get ownership on them. But for us, no rule is like that. But birds and animals can enjoy ownership of their places only as long as they live there. As you had left this place long ago, you lost your right on this. This was the things telling by the Shasha who entered in Kapinjaludu's hollow, and he was telling like that. As long as you are using your nest, it's yours. If once you left it, means you have lost the ownership on this. Now that I am living here, it is mine. Kapinjaludu replied, "You are speaking about legal science, and if you have belief in legal matters, let us go to a legal expert who will the third party, and we will follow him. Come on, let's go." The crow, which was following their argument, decided to see how the legal matters would go. So it followed them. The crow, which was telling the story, he went with them to see the legal matters. Both of them went to a cat named Trikshna Dranstudu. Children, keep the name in the mind. The wild cat name is Tikshna Dranstudu. The cat listened to their dispute, went to the nearby river, took some sacred grass, faced on sun, and said, "Oh, these animals are like civets. This world is tasteless. The lives of all humans and animals are short-lived," which is not at all permanent. Life is just like a meeting between two persons. Family itself like a magic. If one leaves the righteousness, there is no other way. This life and riches are sheer temporary. Death always follow us like a shadow. Children, this is true. No, death is a permanent thing which has to happen in our life. Okay, our life is very short. So, we should follow righteousness. The life of the one who lives without righteousness, it's like a leather blower of a goldsmith in the furnace of a potter. Such person make no difference if he lives or die. If the person is not following dharma, the person who is living is waste. The living beings that don't follow righteousness are like husk in the grain and mosquitoes in human and animals. It is always true that fruits and flowers are meritorious than trees. Ghee is better than butter. Oil is greater than seeds. Righteousness is greater than the body, and these are the forms of righteousness. And in the nutshell, help the helpless for merit and commit sin for hell. It is always better not to ask other to do what you can't do. This is the greatest of the greatest. So here, when they went to Aranya Marjaraha means one wild, Aranya means forest, Marjara means cat. Okay, they went to Tikshna Dranshta, who was a wild cat, and he was trying to tell them dharma. What is dharma? If you are telling lies, if you are not following dharma, so narka will be, you will be in hell. So these kind of things, this kind of preaches was given by Tikshna Dranshta. Kapinjaludu and the rabbit Shashakamu could not make head or tail of the lecture on righteousness and decided to go a sage who was meditating on the bank of a river. The crow followed them. Kapinjaludu looked at the sage and said, "He is our enemy, and so let us not go too near." Because he was a cat, so he was their enemy, because cat catches them and eats up. So they felt little scared to go near to the cat Tikshna Dranshta, and they were telling that he is our enemy, so let us not go near to him. We stand a little away from him and speak, it might be disturbance to his meditation. Because he is doing his meditation, we will stay a little away from the person, the cat, so that his meditation will not disturb. Standing in a little away from the sage, they said, "O great meditator, we have a dispute and we came here for judgment. Please listen to our dispute, and you can eat the one who is wrong." They both went for the justice to the cat. They were telling that, "O meditator, please, we have some dispute, and you please tell us what is right, who is wrong, and if other is wrong, you can eat the one of us who is wrong." The meditator replied in kind tone, "Don't say so. I gave up non-vegetarianism very long ago, as it would lead me to hell. Non-violence is my way now, and it is the best way of living. Now I became, I left non-violence, because a non-vegetarian leads a hell, so I left all these things. We should not hurt or kill even carnivorous animals. The one who causes pain in a cruel man, such person would directly go to hell. The position of the killer of the herbivorous animals is more miserable." So because those who are killing animals and they are taking it as their food, they will definitely go to hell. The one who performs yajna should not sacrifice any animal or bird, and such people are fools. Those people can't find the inner meaning of the Vedas. in the Vedas, it is written that we should offer Ajamu. Many people think Ajamu means a god, goat, but I know the real meaning and the means of kind of grain. It's a kind of grain. If anyone attains heaven on cutting trees and killing animals, no one would go to hell. So I don't kill and eat you, but I will give you correct judgment. Look, I am an old man. I have some hearing problem. If you tell me your dispute being away from you, I can't hear properly. You come near to me because I am getting old. I am old now, and as I am following I am full vegetarian and I left violence. So you, without scare, you come near to me because I am getting old. I am not able to hear properly. Whatever the dispute is there between you both, you come and tell it in my ear. Come close to me and tell me so that I can settle your dispute. Mind you, person who gives a judgment with fear, personal gain, anger or respect will go to hell. He was preaching them that a person who is giving the judgment in partiality and for his personal sakes, he will definitely go to hell. Do you know if a person gives a wrong judgment in the case of a horse, it like killing a man. If a person gives a wrong judgment, it is like killing 10 men. Here, in this way, he was preaching them. So, believe my words and come closer to tell me your dispute. After these words from Tikshna Dranstadu, the wild cat, they both, Kapinjaludu and Shashakamu, believed the old man and went close to him. At lightning speed, the old man caught the two and killed them. As they both came near to him, he catched him and killed. Telling this story, the crow advised them not to make the owl their king to avoid this dangerous, because they believed the cat and they couldn't. What did they do? That they shouldn't believe on the cat and they came and they both have died. So as far as the decisions and dispute, we should go to the right person so that no harm can be take place. Children, this is the story, very interesting story. Let's see the question answers. From this lesson, we have one mark question. So, meanwhile, you prepare this, and when offline session will start, once again we'll go through all the question answers, whether 2 marks or whatever it is. Once we'll deeply discuss about it. Meanwhile, the things which are very, very important, I am giving you this. Panchatantra Kena Virachitam. Here the Kena word is underlined. So Ken, who wrote Panchatantra? Panchatantramu Yavaru Rachinchiri. Panchatantramu Vishnu Sharman Virachitam. Who wrote Panchatantra? Panchatantra written by Vishnu Sharma. The next question is, who Shasha Kapinjala Kena Bhakshita? Shasha and Kapinjala was eaten by whom? He was Tikshna Dransten. Tikshna Dransten. Tikshna Dransten. Please listen it properly. Shasha Kapinjalau Tikshna Dransten Bhakshitau. Next is Kshana Bhangura ke. Kshana Bhangura. Kshana means a second, a fraction of time. Bhangura means which can be lost. Okay. So the Kshana Bhangura Prana. We can next second what will happen we don't know. So Kshana Bhangura. What are like bubbles on water? Bubbles, see bubbles on water, how they don't stay for a long time. Within a second it bursts. No. So Kshana Bhangura ke Kshana Bhangura Prana. Now the fourth question, Tikshna Dranstaha Kaha. Who was Tikshna Dransta? So Tikshna Dransta Aranya Marjaraha. Aranya means wild or forest. Marjaraha means cat. He was a who was Tikshna Dranstaha? Tikshna Dranstaha Aranya Marjaraha. Children, this is our third lesson, this Shasha Kapinjala Katha. As Shasha and Kapinjala believed the wrong person, though he know that the cat was their enemy, but again they believed and they died. Okay. This is the story, and I hope you understood. In this lesson you need to learn 1 mark question and 2 marks question also, but 1 mark questions are very, very important. Meanwhile, you prepare this 1 mark question and you by heart them, you write in a rough note with neat handwriting, and again you copy it. Okay. Thank you, children. That's your class.